Hit it right on 100 watts.
The first one, it was
How's our corn going?
we got the rain. Yeah, I got I mean, I'll tell you, I got an extra.
They said there might be a little rain tonight.
It's only 30% chance. That's why I called it. Hey, we're calling the meeting to order.
What?
We're calling the meeting to order.
Russell's not here.
Yeah, Russell's not here. Yes, he is. Not here yet. Danny Raymond's putting up hay, so he ain't gonna be here.
That's good. They're up before it gets
Silver alfalfa.
Schmid?
Here.
Alt?
Here.
Bill?
Present.
Curtis? Hanson?
Yeah. Any public comments? No public comments, Randy?
Big item this month was the claim for the museum.
Oh, that one?
No, so they have water damage. It looks like one of the downspouts plugged and backed up on the roof and drained down into the building. The complicating thing is that it's plaster and it's all old construction and nobody's 100% sure how much damage is in there until they get in. The adjuster from Shell came out and was pretty open-minded about the whole thing. Already authorized, I think, about $12,000, and has said he thinks it'll probably go up from there. And he told me that Larry took a look and he's not convinced it's necessarily going to be a lot worse than that. Depends how fancy they want to get when they make the fixes. So that's really where we're at now. There's $1,000 deductible. Don't know how that's going to work between you guys and the Historic Society. Has that been discussed any?
We did talk about it in management. The only thing I said was we had a claim maybe 3 years ago, and so what we did is just charged all the costs to do the repairs in the management, in the maintenance department. At that point, we only had one maintenance budget, and it was in the administration building, so we charged all the costs here and then deposited the reimbursement check from the insurance company to the same line, so we ended up with the county covered the $1,000.
Boy, we're tight now.
Yeah.
We're really tight.
Yeah.
I don't think people fully grasp how tight things are.
So they're in the process of getting estimates, trying to find some contractors that'll work with plaster and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
The one thing I did want to tell you, Randy, is Randy just handed me the next installment on all the liability and auto and everything for fire insurance quarterly, which won't get in now till next month. But the workers' comp installment that you sent maybe last week or the week before, that one is in. Okay. So that one will get paid this month, next Tuesday.
Yeah, that one's a little early. Yeah, they get farther and farther out all the time. So that's
okay.
I'm okay with it.
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay, Susie.
The HRA through DCC is running at 5.4% so far, and then we should have the renewal from Health Alliance any day now. As soon as I get that, I'll get all that information over to you, and then we should be set for July.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's all. Otherwise, it's been quiet on our end.
Yeah, it's been quiet here too.
Good thing.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Department head reports. Eric, you're up.
Well, last month, worked on a number of things with the long-term recovery committee. We finally got that house in the box dispersal done, and that went pretty well. We got a lot of things we need. I did a presentation to Champaign Region Emergency Partners the EMA coordinator down there asked me to come down and talk about my flooding experience, and he came up twice each flood. So I did that for him and just talked to his partners about, what we had to go through policy-wise for the floods. That was on the 17th of May. On the 18th of May, I had a get-together with my volunteers for emergency management, and we talked. So we worked a little bit, and we talked about what we're going to do over the next year, 2 years, 3 years. So those are some of the things I did last month. Also had the active shooter workshop here on the 26th of May, and I'm working on that plan now. After that workshop, I'm working on an active shooter for this building, which is a no-show requirement, and just looking to hear back from a number of department heads with lists of their staff and such, and that will be done. We're working heavily on the hazard mitigation plan. Our next meeting is July 12th at 1 p.m. down in my office, and I encourage all of the officials to go, and anybody for that matter. It's a very important plan. Next LEPC meeting is on June 28th at 2 p.m. down in my office. And next week is an exercise with the public health fund. Primarily will be happening on Wednesday, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to be practicing mass medicating everybody. No actual drugs will be present, but come on in, drive through, get to see us at work. Besides that, bills, House bills in the Illinois General Assembly, House Bill 6284. That allows the Illinois Emergency Management Agency to charge for the IEM conference, which I have to go through every year. It has been re-referred to the Rules Committee, so I don't know if they'll ever get out of that. And even if it does, I will imagine they'll charge too terribly much. That would be an added expense for me. Besides that, in the United States Congress, there are matching legislation in the House and Senate. Senate 870 and House Resolution 1685. These are being sponsored by our legislator and a number of others in Illinois. And they have to do with the process for public citizens and individuals. As you all know, over our last two floods, which we did declare as disaster for, and for December and January flood, the state even declared disaster for. We did not get any sort of financial assistance besides SBA loans, which, to my knowledge, no one's been able to take advantage of that. And some legislators and politicians have blamed the process and the standards by which FEMA has to follow in order to get that, and that's why we haven't got that, because they say it's built for areas with higher populations. These bills in the Senate and the House of Representatives are to change those formulas. So just let you know about that, and that's all I got. Got any questions?
Anybody? No, thank you. Okay, Lisa. Okay. Mindy.
Everybody has a copy of the recent payments from the state. Actually, in the month of May, they gave us a payment for each type of tax, which is,
Wow.
yeah, great. And they're current on state attorney, public defender, supervisor, assessment, salary reimbursement. So the payments from the state are on track, that's for sure. The only other thing, did the state attorney give you an updated agreement with the gathering by chance?
No, I haven't heard nothing from him since I talked to him.
I sent him a reminder yesterday by email that, the meeting was today and we needed that.
I was hoping he'd be here today because we got several issues we need to ask about.
I think he was at the office this afternoon when I went to answer something. I don't have anything, it's expired, current agreement's expired. I know they're going to be making a payment.
Well, I should take the payment. We
Right.
used the blunt a
Right.
couple times. Should have took it when we had it.
Which he was in touch with the blunt, and I don't know, there's no new agreement that I know of, but he did send Jim Blunt in with a $500 check, so he
Chunk.
took that.
We did get 500.
May 17th.
No wonder it rained. Thank you. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Ida?
I've got our first check, with the new legislation that took effect January 1st, and it's actually January payment, and the fact was $10,000 more than we usually pay on a monthly basis. I kind of waiting to see if that, where that's going to level out at, to the next couple of things, or if that's with the new legislation that's on us to gain, so that's a good thing.
Boy, this is quick, Bob.
Answer the question about that, about it.
Yeah, I forgot to bring mine. I had a question. Damn. Okay. How about public health?
Waiting on state budget. Nothing new.
And we all.
The health committee on Tuesday, yes.
Did you notice? I wanted to mention that. I noticed the other day on the news they were putting up the different states that have got these refugees, and the amount of the refugees that are coming in testing positive for tuberculosis.
Yes.
That is scary.
Yes, if you can go on to YouTube and watch the health committee meeting from Tuesday, I spoke about that a little bit. A county very near us has been receiving individuals from other countries who are coming specifically to the United States for TB treatment. So they're presenting to their local health departments for TB skin testing and acting like that, they're just coming in for routine testing, and they know that they have tuberculosis. Because once they go through the testing process and the chest x-ray is positive, and they send it to the health department, and the sputum specimen 3 days apart, and those come back positive, then the county's liable for that case. So there are even instances where people are coming from other countries where they're selling all their property and just hopping on a plane into the United States because they know once they get into the United States, they'll be taken care of. And Illinois had its first XDR, extremely drug-resistant tuberculosis case very recently. We've had throughout the state many MDR cases with TB, medicinal resistant cases, but an XDR case is one where no known drug will kill just the tuberculosis. So they know that the person is highly contagious and there's no treatment.
Can't they load them up and ship them back?
Well, what they did, no. What happened with this local health department, like I said during your meeting, what happened with this local health department was that they had to find a negative pressure room for treatment, so a hospital with a negative pressure room, and the local health department was on the hook for all the costs for that. They had to hire a private airplane with negative pressure to fly them to another state for treatment, and subsequently then began testing the contacts, and now numerous contacts are testing positive as well. Most of those contacts are family members. So it's becoming a major problem. I've said this to you many times. It's not if we get a case that wipes us out financially, it's when. That's most counties do not have a TB levy anymore. Some counties still do in Illinois, but most counties have no specific TB levy. That money is just in their tax levy for their local health department. They don't have a specific separate levy for that. So,
do we have one?
No, we do not have a TB levy. So, this particular case cost tens of thousands of dollars, and the health department and subsequently the county is on the hook for that. And it's happening more and more frequently that people are coming from other countries to the United States knowing full well that they have tuberculosis because they know that they'll be treated here.
I'm not unsympathetic to refugees. But I mean, if you watched the news last night, we're giving $20,000 to these refugees. We got Americans. We got our own people of all nationalities that need help. And we can't help them, but we can give money to people coming in here that we're not vetting, and we're letting in diseases that can wipe our people out.
Yes.
That's just crazy.
The Illinois Department of Public Health mandates that if you have a positive, active tuberculosis case, not a latent case, but an active case, where that person is contagious, that public health nurses visit that person every day for a minimum of 9 months to watch them take their medicine so that they do not start to feel better and then quit taking their medicine and create a strain that is medicinal resistant through antibiotic abuse. So we're mandated to send a nurse to that person's home every day for a minimum of 9 months, and most treatments are 12 to 15 months.
Now, and these people are getting treatment, are they still contagious?
Yes, they're contagious until they're contagious until they're finished with their medicine. So
And they're just left out in the open?
No, they're not. What
Thank God for
happens,
them.
and if you know, last year I know there was a lot of articles in the Champaign News that Champaign County had a case where you spend a lot of time educating these people about prevention and control measures so that they don't spread this, and, you know, keeping them pretty much isolated in their home. But they had an individual that refused to do that, and that individual got on mass transit buses, went to store shopping, all kinds of things. They ended up having to go as far as getting a court order, and they court ordered that individual to remain in their home. Well, that individual did not respect the court order and stay inside and continue to go out places. So they ended up having to put on one of those ankle monitors that told them, and they ended up, the health department ended up having to track the individual. And if the individual's alarm from the ankle bracelet sounded off at the sheriff's department, then they notified the health department, and the health department had to go get the person and take them back to their home. It was, you know, quite an ordeal. That person ended up being so frustrated that they moved out of state, and it became another state's problem. But that a tuberculosis case is very serious. It is very serious, and
I don't understand our
it's
government.
becoming more and more of a problem.
We don't take care of our own. I mean, we got people on Social Security that didn't had a cost of living in how many years? Our insurances are going up 30-40%, and yet we want to haul these people in that haven't been vetted and put our population at risk. That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. Is that it? Thank God. Good thing. All right, what else we got here?
Good job.
Okay. Countywide cleanup day. Who wants to start? Nobody want to do anything this month? We want to kick it around.
I can't. Hadn't we sort of decided to wait till the fall anyway because the summer too much activity?
Okay, I talked to Kyle Bruno yesterday because I had one of our villages in my area suggested once a month. Well, Mr. Bruno said the problem they got is they want to get these things in and get them moved.
They want a volume at one time.
Yeah, they want to get them in and get them moved. Now, he suggested maybe twice a year because of the weather. You know, if it's real cold and miserable out, nobody's going to want to come to River Valley Recycling and drop off their TV. So he suggested maybe 2, and I kind of pushed a little bit for maybe 3. You know, that way people don't have a complaint about not being. But there is some concern on cost because Charlie was telling me that one they had at Cissna didn't quite work out like they planned, and it could have been financially catastrophic. So, you guys just want to table this until we get more information?
I think we ought to do something in setting up dates and something that Bruno can work on.
I can check with Kyle Bruno and see if he's.
We don't set dates whenever you get it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, we could do. We need to come up with a. I'd have to ask.
As much as the plan that we already know is okay, we should put in place with a date, and then settle the small things, or maybe not so small things too. Obviously, before that date, like we should have at one site we should have the off-duty policeman,
Yeah.
all that set up. You know, and each community should understand that they bring it to this site, and that's what's going to be when it is.
Okay, let me pass this around and everybody get a look at it. And, this is from Champaign. Thank you.
One in the spring. One in the fall and one in the spring.
Well,
Yeah,
fall, spring's
before we
gone.
get busy.
Spring's gone.
Yeah,
Spring next year.
but I mean, if we could do one, Kyle Bruno suggested, you know, maybe before we get in the fields, like early September.
I think after school starts and the people are back from vacations, and then maybe
Yeah,
before-
well, early September, everybody be back.
early September,
I don't know if there's any.
combining will start in the soybeans pretty fast in September. So
Yeah,
might
but
look-
you get, that ain't got, you know, we don't have that many farmers. I mean, a lot of this is gonna be your local communities and stuff. But we probably should try to get it set up where it's,
Mhm. I think we should do as many.
and I can try to pin him down so we don't get caught
Yeah,
like Christmas,
yeah.
you know, on the financial side of it. He's a nice person to talk to. He has some good ideas. And he said if we had any questions, just to call him. He wasn't available today.
Well, could we go so far as set dates today and that kind of thing? Or is that out of order?
Well, we could go ahead and do it to get, to have somebody set a date when we get all of our ducks in a row. But I think it's important to get our ducks in a row, you know.
Yeah, I agree too.
And then, you know, I mean, we can have a motion to move forward with this and make sure we should probably talk about the 3 or 4 things that we need to get in order, and then to move forward with setting up a date and putting an ad like that in. I mean, other people are doing it, so there's got to be,
That's their days, May and October.
but we should have Jim look at it
Parkland College.
when we get everything lined up to make sure we got our I's dotted and our T's crossed.
That is on their website, the Champaign County website.
What was that?
That's on their website. the
Oh,
Champaign
this
County
is?
website.
But I would think something in the first week or so of
September?
September would work.
Yeah, right after Labor Day.
You know, I don't know if there's any, I don't know how you check and see if there's any community activities that would be in them. I think he wants to try to get it where we get a lot of people coming at once.
Yeah.
He said they're normally open from in the morning till noon, and he said if we think we're going to have a good turnout, he could have it from till 4 on the days that we have that. They could be open till 4. So he's willing to work with us. You know, what, Russ?
You know, I really think there needs to be a person or group or somebody that takes control of this thing. You know, like this particular case, you got the gentleman talking to the recycling place. I really don't think it should be the vendor making the money off of it, really. There should be another set of eyes looking at it in between, and really somebody, or group, I say group, and I don't care, FFA or Boy Scouts or whatever, or
I don't know what kind of group would be some organization
Yeah,
that would be
especially-
countywide that could get the word out, you know.
and let me say, someone that got some experience in this area of knowing the pros and cons and what to look for. Like maybe some of Charlie's neighbors got educated here recently based off the little bit of information.
Got it the hard way.
Yeah, because they don't forget.
Several guys in Platte Church are real good at policing this. No, we should, well,
We're trying to say we should put it in the hands of somebody and make them in charge.
Right. I think there should be somebody that is a reference point for any question that comes along, timing, putting it together, working with,
I don't know about charge, but I think there should be somebody there
well,
organizing.
yeah,
I mean, the buck
organization,
stops here
because
with the money, so we
the
better
whole
keep
thing
an eye on
on
this.
a promotion is all about the organization of how the thing comes together. And you gotta have a focal point,
Yeah.
the information to flow through.
So we need to get something organized there with somebody that's And it'd be nice, because it would take the problem for a small community off and put it on us. So somebody should be willing to do that, I would think. And there's so many pros and cons in this, it could get drug out. I think Charlie's right, we need to get it moving.
Yeah, there you go.
And if we do it right, they can always keep it going. If it don't work, we just have to quit it.
Right.
And Kevin, what I said earlier, I think everybody needs to go to your internet and type in, where does my e-waste go? Just type it in and see where all this stuff is going, that it's going to third world countries and they're just burning it. It's going right in the environment.
But we can, hell, that's
Because you can't legally send e-waste to countries, so they're calling it secondhand goods. And it's going over there and they're paying them $8 a day.
And they smoke it and they send the smoke back.
Well, it's all that stuff leaking in the ground too.
Yeah.
I had a concerned citizen call me last night, and I got on, I spoke at midnight looking. I just think we need to, everybody type that in, look at it.
As all,
see
we
what-
all don't want that to happen.
I know.
Down at this level, all the precautions you take,
I know.
once it's out of your sight,
Yeah.
your back is turned, you don't know what happened. I'm sorry, but I mean, if we can worry
I'm
about
not
that
arguing
for
about
4 or
it.
5 years and never assure ourselves that those things aren't going to happen.
if somebody can do it illegal and do it cheap and make extra money, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
It's all about the cash.
Yeah.
So it's pretty hard to
But it's an
police
ongoing
that all the way
problem.
through it. And I agree with you, but what are you going to do? You're
But
going
that's
to stop
the
living
federal
because this happened somewhere? I mean,
That's the way the federal government wants to do it though, so.
Well, that's our problem. Instead of encouraging them to do it eco-friendly, they make it difficult to do it, and it gets done wrong. I mean, these things getting thrown in the road ditch, they're whatever's in there that's bad is in the road ditch. You know?
You don't want
Yeah.
to fix the boat, just put it on the boat and let the boat sink.
So,
another airplane went down.
so we need what? We got to have 4 things got together. We need to have something with Mr. Bruno guaranteeing us a price, and then we need to, if we got the date, figure out a date and get somebody involved that's going to try to get community cooperation on it. I think it'll
It's
be,
gotta be, I would think, an incentive for them to do it too.
we need to make sure that the safety factors, Mr. Bruno wanted all these things intact. They don't want them in pieces.
Did you have a dollar amount in mind that you, worst case scenario you had in mind?
Tell me how many are coming. I mean,
Well,
this year is going to be unique because,
Kinda.
you had Renaga do it, and you had Cissna do it, and what did they end up spending?
Tons of stuff, I don't
I
know.
mean, dollar amount, their cost?
The village of Menarga was a little over $12,000, but now they took everything, everything, tires, everything.
Oh,
Fires, oh yeah, that's cool.
I don't think we should just do the
No.
electronic stuff.
But it was a little bit more than what they were expecting.
I'll bet. But if ever community, and you don't know how long this stuff has been building up. Hell, this stuff has been sitting around in garages and stuff for years. What did, you never heard what system?
They have a real charge that they had mixed up in communications or something. It was well over $20,000. They held back and looked for other sources to get rid of it and wound up with a minor loss. But it wasn't serious, but they scared them half to death. And it
Yeah, I don't like being
They
scared.
took a month to do that, to get it done.
Does Cissna charge, pick up anything about it?
I didn't think they charged anything.
Yeah, Gelman does it. Gelman has a set fee. $5 for this, $10 for this, $15 for this.
How would you do that though if you have several different locations picking it up? That's the problem. If you got one spot in the county taking it in, and you have communities rounding the stuff up smaller into trucks and then come in with a truck, how are you going to backtrack all your costs in that?
See, I talked to the village of Clifton, and they were willing, for some of the older people that didn't have ways of transporting their stuff, they were willing to let the town guy pick it up and bring it down.
And Crescent City recently had one, and they charged also, like you were saying, Brett, they did something similar.
Yeah, if it's too costly, we could do it, but have to charge.
Well,
We
here's,
have to see how it works.
here's another thing, Kevin. If other communities are having a dollar amount they're putting on it, we need to, because we don't want to go in competition with them. So if they're all throwing $4 for a TV or whatever, we need to use the same
I
thing.
wonder what they, you can take them to Kankakee. There's one place, they said on Hobby or something, that you can take them and they'll take them for a fee.
Oh, I have no idea myself. But I just know how things work when you talk about the almighty dollar. If we don't charge nothing, and all the other communities are charging $4 or $5 or something for a nasty piece, well, I guarantee you, we're gonna get all this.
We're gonna get it all.
We're not gonna get nothing out of theirs.
Well, this is only June, so we got July and August before the September thing, so we need to get our ducks in a row before we take an action, I think. Unless somebody wants to.
Well, you mentioned an organization,
$20,000 bill here.
Yeah.
mentioned an organization of some kind, like what do you think, all the FFA chapters in the county work in their own area?
Yeah. Did anybody talk to the road commissioner? I doubt if they're interested.
I did not get a warm fuzzy.
Well, that's
I'm not saying they never said no, they didn't say yes. I just did not get a warm fuzzy.
I knew that wasn't going to go when somebody suggested it, but, you know.
I think the,
Again, I think there needs to be some type of little incentive for them, but yeah, at the same time, I would rather see the incentive go toward other organizations or groups, no matter if we're talking FFA or Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, or whatever.
I don't know. We can talk to somebody. Anybody know anybody in the FFA? That's a pretty good group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know their email address, but I wrote them.
Yeah, that's true. You have a good
We could
connection.
text them and see if they'd be willing to work with us on that.
I don't know the address.
Who do we need to be over that?
what?
I said, who do we want to be over getting contact in that? Anybody? Do we have any volunteers? Nobody's saying nothing. Come on, guys, you're leaving me out.
Yeah.
Well, I just an email and give them your cell phone and then contact you.
Oh, boy! No, I can get the email addresses, I can contact them too.
How about the county police?
Oh, they've probably got plenty on their plate. They're going to be like the road commissioners. They're out trying to fix roads and get all their summer work done. You're going to get a warm and fuzzy feeling from Derek, I'll take that.
He's already off one person
It would
probably
be much
working
better.
off duty.
It would be, to me, it would be much better if we were multi-jointed pushing this, because it
Right.
is community safety.
I agree with you there.
But,
You know,
that's why I suggested maybe the township people get involved.
Yeah, township road commissioner, or,
I don't see that working, but, I
Yeah.
mean, we can try. I'm willing
Well,
to
with the road
try.
commissioners, maybe we'd have better luck with contacting the township supervisors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I can talk to the ones I know.
Sometimes the supervisors kind of control a little bit what the road commissioners do, how they do it.
Well, not really.
I thought the road commissioners had trucks. They have vehicles, though, road commissioners, that you could haul it.
Boy,
Looking for
I just, boy, I worry about that, because that's how you're gonna get stuff brought in broke. Is they're gonna just dump it in there.
Yeah.
I call it secondhand recycling, which means it can't be broke stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to come up with any brainy ideas today. I will say NIDA contact might be the best one, just to
Yeah.
do a little fishing there and see if there's somebody wants to take time maybe, that show maybe some interest. And they might be happy to do it for 5% or something like that.
Well, whatever it's gonna cost, we could put that on as a fee,
Yeah,
so
well,
that each one of them,
I would say 5% for the manager.
oh,
So if it's FFA or, Girl Scouts or whatever, I use the same terms.
Boy, the trouble with this is it's an open checkbook, and I don't like that. I mean, I know there's money there to use, it's still money, it's gone, it's gone.
But again, I would use a dollar amount.
Yeah.
Use a dollar amount tied just like the rest of the communities did.
Well, then why don't we just, I'll try to, if NIDA can get me
You
the
not want to compete with.
emails, I can see if I can get some and see if there's any, you know, it would be a great community service if we did this work.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be nice if we could get it built where it would survive and keep doing it. You know,
And I'm sure if we get some action, say next week on it, we can always have a little special committee meeting and just attack that point and get a wham bam and
well, I'll try to get them
And move
things
on.
and see. See, I don't know if how well you're gonna get a hold of FFA because school's out and the teachers are gone.
Well, I'm going to want to
yeah, they still have other things going on.
Oh, yeah, a lot of things going on in FFA in the summertime.
Yeah, they just don't hide.
I know.
In fact, they're off to conventions and everything else during the summer.
And sometimes to really get that top piece of brass, they need extra activity
Yeah.
that they can show on that resume.
Yeah, they
It's
need
good
stuff.
to- it's
Yeah.
good to
They
keep
need-
kids busy. They don't get into.
That or I'd say Boy Scouts,
Yeah, just like an Eagle Scout. You gotta
Eagle
do,
Scout stuff,
you gotta do special things to get that
exactly.
piece of paper and,
I see
County
I've been away
wide
from Boy
thing would be a
Scouts.
beautiful thing on their resume.
right.
I've been away from Boy Scouts since I was a boy, so somebody else, I don't even know who the hell you talk to.
2 days ago, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not sure of it locally anymore.
They must still have them.
I still think the right person in the Boy Scouts would love to take that up as a project, countywide. Merit badges.
I will, I'll be talking to some Boy Scouts, but they're not necessarily in this county, because Boy Scouts know the big thing overlaps the region, and it'll be regional, because I have a vendor that's giving them a bunch of ATVs. So the Boy Scouts can't wait to get them. We'll be seeing them, and I'm sure they're making contact with them, but sometime
Well, if you
next
take care of the Boy
Thursday.
Scouts, I'll try to get a hold of the SFA.
I'll fish on the Boy Scouts. Most of all the local Boy Scout active people have deceased at this point.
If anybody can think of somebody that would be interested in working in some group, local group, contact them and see, because this is in the developmental stage. Now is the time. I mean, if we get everybody involved, that won't be hard on anybody.
That's right.
I will say the last, my older brother was active with the Boy Scouts to a certain extent. At the same time, Jim DeBryan was active with the Boy Scouts and management, and so was our new judge.
Who's our new judge? I never heard.
Kinder, his new position.
Who is it?
Jim Kinder.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's good.
Yeah, he was volunteering with Boy Scouts.
Yeah. I gotta buy a new thing. There was a profit this year. Okay, so each one of us has got our thing. We're just gonna table it for this month?
Yeah.
I'd say a tentative date would be first Saturday after Labor Day.
Okay.
Tentative.
Okay, now all we gotta do is get it done. Get all our T's crossed and stuff. I'll contact Kyle about the, trying to get some kind of commitment so we're not getting a whoopee surprise. And we gotta get a hold of, I like this. Thanks, Mindy, for bringing that. It gives us,
Yeah, maybe somebody could contact them and see how they run theirs.
I like on the back is a list of
anybody
stuff
want to
you
do
don't
that?
put
I'm
on.
kinda got my table full here. Nobody want to do that?
I really open my mouth.
You got the Boy Scout. We're going to have some, now here's questions, recycling coordinator in your community. Do we have a recycling coordinator?
recycling coordinator.
Now, it says here, questions, contact recycling coordinator.
Not no more, we got rid of our recycling center, and the recycling coordinator was in there.
I think it's the job of the chairman of the finance committee to appoint those.
Okay, Charlie, you just got appointed.
No.
Yeah, you should receive. Well, I mean, well, let's see what we can come up with. What do you guys want to do? Somebody make a decision.
What decision are you now looking for?
Okay, who's going to do what? We need to have some names on this.
I volunteered to check with the Boy Scouts.
Okay, I'll try to get a hold of the FFA.
Okay.
Oh.
Don't forget, NIDA has a great connection. The Boy Scouts.
Another project for the ESDA director.
Hold on, how many projects I'm currently working on?
Yeah.
Well, you put them all together and do what? We'll look at every one of them at the same time. What was that?
I'm gonna get a lot more coffee.
We'll buy them, we'll buy you a can.
One.
I will,
First starters. See how much you get done with the first can. I'm not gonna give you no.
hey, I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't mind trying to help get this kicked off, but you realize I'm out of here in 5 months, so, if this is gonna be something to carry on, you need
If it
to,
blows up, you'll be going, John, worry about it.
If it's not done yet, you can stay on for one project.
no,
I don't care.
I'm out
I'm
of
gonna
here.
wait for it. Like any other politician. Spend it.
No. I'd like to see it followed through with and see if it works. If it's too expensive, we just have to, have to say no. But I'll look into what I can.
Okay.
We'll just wait. And, let's try to get things lined up for next month. If we're gonna do it in September, we're gonna have to get advertising and stuff out. And to have an idea of cost on that. I mean, I don't know countywide. What would you do? What do you, Mindy, what do you do for countywide stuff if you put,
We use all local weekly newspapers, and of course, the...
what's that cost?
Oh, that gets
Ballpark.
very expensive.
I know.
Any chance to be press release?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, try to do a press release.
Yeah, especially if you do buy a small ad, you usually get a press release
Yeah.
on a bigger ad.
And we need
all
to,
the information on the papers and the radio stations and that, so that's what we do, so.
Yeah.
Figure that one out.
that would be a good
But
idea.
here's one thing, Kevin, really, that dollar amount, we need to try to keep something in mind now. I heard that we had Anarga do it, Crescent did it, Cissna Parks did it. Now, I heard one said $20,000.
Well-
Where was that at?
We had this all started with the renewal of a CD, and I said...
Well, I know we have the money. I'm not going about how we're going to pay for it. I'm just trying to get an idea for budgetary reasons.
Okay, you guys,
She's got a budgetary figure now from what
can
she
you
did
check
in
with
the
Anarga, Ernie, and see what
That's the
what it
money we
costs them to
have.
do
I want
that?
what money we're going to spend, or an idea.
She said it was $12,000.
Anarga.
For Anarga, $12,000, and they were charging $5 a piece?
No, theirs was all free.
They were all free.
But was that tires and everything?
Oh, yeah,
they had some in
In front of some houses.
And it was all free.
Yeah.
But I was just, if we can ask them about what the electronics part was.
I don't know how they had that separated. You should have seen some of the files.
Mindy, who they deliver it to? Who took the stuff? Do you know?
Did I give all that information to you?
There were some houses that had a truckload just by itself.
They had it broke down, tires.
Wood?
Yeah. See, tires would cost me $1 a piece, maybe $2.
I think they did have electronics. separate. It was a place down in Southern Illinois,
Yeah, but you gotta get it
Charleston,
there.
Carbondale,
Oh,
that took the electronic part of it.
used to be a claim.
Well, if we can just ask them, if they don't have it, they don't have it. It's not the end of the world. Let's, just kind of get some ideas, and if they've got pointers, ask them for pointers. Hell, if they've done this, that's the best place to get
I
in.
had it written down and I thought I could.
Theirs was the record
Let's
cleanup.
go back to Jason Bergman and Tom Bennett and ask them what they did when they had it out here. They ran it for 3 years out here.
Well, I had that information, I passed it on to Kevin. I thought you could pass it on to Anita, but maybe not, I don't know. I gave you all those
Well,
contacts and the different amounts that ARGA.
I'll have to look in my car and see where it is.
Okay.
I'll have to look in two cars
Okay.
and see where it is.
Just find
Check the pickup too while you're at it.
Because they use a company in the Joliet area.
Yeah, but that fell apart, didn't it? Wasn't that why they canceled it?
No, they still do it, it's just their cost increased so much that,
Somebody brought it up earlier, why Jason and Tom
Right.
quit it.
right.
Jason and Tom quit it, I heard, because somebody higher up said that they couldn't spend the money. But
Sorry. Yeah. Well, yeah, without a budget, I don't imagine they can. I mean, I thought it was funny. But
But if we
wasn't,
could contact them, we could find out where did they go. I know they used at least 2 different places that they went to. Was one brought in semis and they just took it and everything was fine. The other one brought in a flatbed trailer and it wasn't enough to take it all. So they had to send back for other
more trucks.
trucks and stuff. But it's, I really truly think that you've got to do it for free, or people are going to dump it in the ditch. If I had a choice of paying $5 to get rid of it or dump it in the ditch, I'd dump it in the ditch.
Thank you. I'm surprised at that.
Gee, you're killing me here.
Sounds like erosion control.
I think you're right. If it isn't astronomical and we got money that we can legally use to do this,
If we're going to do it as a service, we need to do it as a service and not charge for it.
I agree with you. And if we do this once and it blows up, we just don't do it again. So we need to, that's why we need to get community.
Well, I wonder whether Kyle has given us the best price, or whether we need to contact some other.
Well, I thought about that, and, because he made the statement about how much it would cost, but then you get into the problems with, okay, where are you going to have it? Yeah, you mentioned this to the highway department, they sure as hell don't want it.
No.
And then look at Cessna, they had a place lined up to take it, and then all of a sudden it blew up and the cost went up, and
Yeah.
they were shopping all over to get rid of this, and we sure as hell don't want to do that.
That's why we need to have a contract. Need to have it set in stone, but, yeah. But do you think if you were going to charge, say, $5 for a computer, would the county clear out their old computers and send them out there, $5 a piece?
Sure.
No? Doesn't
We did?
it?
Yeah, I will.
I thought we did.
I need them out of my room. If I gotta take it out of my purse, I take it out of my purse, but I need them out of my storage room.
And you're not gonna put it in the ditch.
So we, just in our own office, our own world,
I know.
it needs to be done.
Yeah.
But, it's, well, I'll try to get a hold of FFA, and you try to get a hold of Boy Scouts. We need to contact some of the local community leaders. I don't know if the fire departments would be willing to work with us on this or not. They probably ain't gonna want, that's,
No, that'd be worse than the road districts.
yeah, you ain't gonna get nothing fuzzy out of the road districts.
I think Gene's got a good idea. In fact, Tom Bennett, I'll contact Tom Bennett.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be this committee that's doing it. I mean, this is, good for everybody.
And when you're talking about one of those people being in charge of it, or is all the recycling going to go to the recycling center?
Everything's gonna go to the recycling center. We want people to take it to the recycling center, and it's gonna be
You just want
one,
somebody to be in charge of it.
Information, point, basically.
the last meeting I talked to Derek, or one of these meetings, I talked to Derek and he said he would put it up and one of the deputies on off hours would do it for overtime. He didn't think that would be an issue. No, that changes, because we have to have somebody there to check IDs. because
Check
we want
credentials of where the customer
IDs.
came from, yeah.
Yeah,
Why do you have to check ID?
because it's supposed to be for Iroquois County people.
Well,
He said if Kyle Bruno said, if you don't do that, you'll be getting TVs and shit from four counties away.
Yeah.
Well, of course, the only thing you'll have is 3 semi-trucks show up, and the drivers are all from Iroquois County.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. 30 cents a pound, that's gonna add up. Some of them TVs add up. What's a TV weigh?
Especially those old console dump
Yeah.
funds, you know.
Those still around?
Yep. Somebody brought one away from System Park to put it in their house, because it's still working. By this time, it'll be broke, so it'll come to us.
All right, I'll get with Nida and
Right?
Up in
try to get the FFA numbers. You get a Boy Scouts.
No, I'll keep this anybody.
Larry will get a hold of Tom. And
See, when Tom and Jason did it, why, the sheriff took prescription drugs, disposed of those, and
that wouldn't be bad to add.
Yeah,
Well.
the Historical Society took telephones. No, yeah, cell phones. But they didn't take them on the big thing. I don't know why they didn't take them on the big thing, but,
I would think they'd be as good as TV.
yeah,
Well,
I
like
don't
mine.
think so. So that's what
Okay.
we need to find out, what all would be,
Well, let's-
to.
All right, we're beating a dead horse here, let's move on. We got everybody designed to pick up something and,
We'll call you.
yeah, okay. We did get a payment for Blanc, that's nice. $500?
Yes,
You cashed it.
yes.
How long has it been between payments?
Couple years, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
Enough to cover the interest of that side?
No.
What kind of interest is on that, do you know?
It was a 5%.
That was
Original
probably cheaper
one.
to bank.
Yeah, the original one was 5%, I think.
What's the difference, so they never
Yeah.
pay it?
All right, well, at least we got a payment, that's a step in the right direction. You know,
What's the next step?
anybody want to pay the claims?
So moved.
Oh,
Schmidt?
Yeah.
Paul?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Curtis?
Yes.
Hanson?
yeah. Any old business? No old business. Any new business? No. Anybody want to go home?
I move we adjourn. Ago somebody said something.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.